Hey, aloha everybody, Eric West here, hawaiirealestate.org. Welcome to the channel. If you're new, if you just got here for the first time, I'm all about teaching you everything you need to know about Hawaii. Look at that back there. And it's real estate. Just can't find the listing. I'm a practicing real estate agent here in the state of Hawaii, on the island of Maui. And this video is going to be all about Maui resorts. But before we go there, I just want to give you a quick shot of this, because check this out. This is not usual, okay? In the middle of the day right now, to have the island of Molokai, to be able to see the main peak. Sometimes in the morning you can, but I'm telling you, in the middle of the day, that's usually covered with clouds. So this is just a beautiful shot right now of Molokai. Standing here on Pu'ukoli'i Street in West Kaanapali, up on the hillside they call it, and we're looking down at some of those resorts that I'm going to be talking about today. Isn't that just gorgeous? Gosh, it's just, you know, Hawaii, honestly, it never ceases to amaze me. You know, I lived in a lot of beautiful places, but this one just drops the jaw on a consistent basis. You know, if I didn't have to work every day, honestly, I would probably just stand here and just stare at this for like an hour. You know what I mean? It's breathtaking. Look at that peak. You just don't see that very often. Look at that. I'm going to zoom in on it. Look at that. You just don't see that. Look at that iPhone 11 camera. Whoa. That's really cool. So thumbs up if you love staring at Molokai as much as I do. I've been there a few times. It's a cool island. Definitely worth the trip. There's a Hansen's disease colony on the other side. It's Kuala Papa, and it's definitely worth the trip. If you haven't done that, thumbs up if you have. That is a fantastic experience. There's a mule train ride that you can take. Not a train, but yeah, it's a train of mules. You take it down the side of the mountain. And you can hike it as well, so that's just a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Probably the most beautiful place, I think, in all of Hawaii, and if you had to pick one spot. So anyway, let's talk about resorts. Let's get into it. So if you know these videos that I've been doing for about the last month are all about promoting the island of Hawaii, Maui, the state of Hawaii, the island of Maui specifically, and the need for food. So if you haven't seen the Maui Food Line video, I'm going to keep beating that drum. Please Google it up, search it up, YouTube it up, and please watch the video if you haven't seen it. It's heart-wrenching, it's disturbing, and I'm shining a little light bulb right here on the island of Maui. Please watch that, share that if you could, please, and give to the Maui Food Bank if you can. We're in the middle of a crisis here. This is just right after the state has opened up, October 15th, 2020. So we're trying to raise awareness to the need for food. So please do that. And then number two is to help bring tourists back to Maui and giving you a sense of comfort and excitement that this place is totally normal. Except there's nobody here, which is one of the reasons you should come, because there's hardly anybody here. And then to help promote local business. So as I'm talking about these resorts, let's just point the camera that direction real quick. These resorts down here, I can tell you each one of them, I know them by heart, right? I do. So it's the big one there is the Pink Hotel. That's a timeshare, Canapali Beach Club. And then to the right of it, you're looking there at Canapali Shores. And that's a fantastic property. And then to the left of the Pink Hotel is Hanuakai. So I kind of want to just point out Hanuakai, Canapali Shores, and you can't really see it, but back in there is the Mahana and Maui Kai. Those, to me, are privately owned businesses, okay, because they're individually owned condominiums. So in this video, I want to encourage you to use a resort that's owned by somebody that made an investment here in Hawaii and they're trying to survive, right? The hotels are kind of okay, right? I mean, Marriott, really? I mean, they're like, what, multi-billion-dollar company. They could probably survive a pandemic until 2090. But these small business owners that own these condos, no, they need you to rent from them now. So that's why I want to point this out. And I'm going to point out this property over here called Kaanapali Plantation because it's super cool. But go to VRBO, go to Airbnb, and you can just put in the word Canapali Shores. You can put in the word Hanuakai words or Kaanapali Plantation. And all those resorts have different amenities. They've got pools, they've got all kinds of cool stuff. But let's take a look real quick at one of them right here called Kaanapali Plantation. And the reason you might like it is because it's got some huge square footage. We're talking, if you've got a family, if you've got kids, this is amazing. And it's right by the beach. And I'm going to show you how close it is. So enough of me. Let's show you around. And by the way, if you are new to the channel, I'd love a thumbs up. I'd love a subscribe. Matter of fact, if you've been watching these videos for a while, please subscribe. It lets YouTube know that, hey, this guy is putting out the content that's worth watching, and I think learning about Maui and the Maui Food Bank is worth it. And then also, I'm going to give you all kinds of data and information. So if you haven't watched these videos in the past, I kind of narrate, but I'm going to give you some tips that you might not get anywhere else. So if you're looking to come here or live here or move here or buy a house, land, or condo, I'd love to help you. So without further ado, here we go. All right. We have our trusty one wheel right there. There's our guy. We're going to go for a little ride, and I'm going to put on my trusty helmet, and I'm going to set down my camera so I don't hurt myself or give you a bad view of the ground while I'm putting on my helmet. I make my kids wear the helmet, so I can't be a hypocrite and not wear the helmet myself. Safety first. There we go. And then we're off. Okay, let's check this place out. You're going to like this place. I guarantee you. You are going to like it. Because one of the things about these resorts is you just don't know about them until you kind of are shown them. And if you're going to buy something here, I guarantee you there's people that have probably bought a unit here and they haven't even seen the whole grounds. So this is called, this is like a foundational property here in Kaanapali. They built this, believe it or not, in 1970. And just so you know what we have here, this property is on 10 acres, consists of 15 buildings total. There's 62 units. So think about that. 62 units on 10 acres. That's some low density, because back in the day, right, in the 70s, they didn't care about density. They probably didn't even know what the word density meant. So these are nice and spread out. They're all 1, 2, and 3 bedroom, 2 and 3 bath. And check this out. The smallest one is just under 1,100 square feet. And they go all the way up to almost 1,600. By the way, if you're new to Maui real estate, those are mansions. And the other thing that I really wanted to point out in this video, I think you'll find very cool and amazing. This whole video is worth watching right here for this next statement. Are you ready? If you are a veteran and if you served our country, yes, there's my goofy helmet. If you served our country, thank you so much for your service. Aloha. I appreciate it very much from the bottom of my heart. I come from a military family. I didn't serve though. But if you qualify for VA, guess what? You can buy one of these condos right here with your VA benefit. I bet you didn't know that. And also, there's other condos on Maui that are vacation rentable that you can buy with your VA benefits. So we're talking like no money down. You have to qualify for them. I mean, you know, they're not, you still have to, you know, qualify, but guess what? No money down to buy a vacation rentable condo on Maui. That's huge. There's a website that you can, I'll put a link in the description that you can go check to see the list, so to speak. Okay, so here we go. Here's some of the facilities. Nice little cabana, clubhouse area. Check out the shuffleboard. Gotta have some shuffleboard. I mean, no vacation would be the same without a nice little shuffleboard session. And over here, can you believe it? Tennis court. And a nice, beautiful pool. That usually there's nobody here, but today there is. That's an 8-foot pool. Man, they knew how to build pools in the 70s, didn't they? Oh, I grew up in the 70s in pools like that, deep. Aloha. Okay, I'm out of here. So this is a great place to do a little barbecue, to hang out with the kids. And notice that there's just these massive grounds, right? That you can come out here and play football, frisbee, whatever, lay out. Do your thing, you know. So these are the types of resorts that you might not be aware of, and these are vacation rented by the individual owners. Sometimes there's a management company that's involved. Sometimes the owner just sticks it on VRBO or Airbnb. But Google it up and see if you can find one here, and call the owner or text them or email them. Say, hey, I want to come stay, and can you give me a good deal? And of course, this is a mix of long-term and short-term, so you can live here long-term if you wanted to. No problem. You could buy one of these and rent it out long term. So it's sort of a mixed use property, if you will. Mixed use in the sense that you have both long and short term people staying here. And if you've stayed here, please thumbs up, hit me in the comments section, give your feedback. And one thing you'll notice, it's quiet. I mean, I know we're just getting back into tourism right now, but honestly, it's always very quiet here at the plantation. It really is. It's just one of those properties. It's just very quiet. And just so you know where it's located, it's right next to the Masters, and you can kind of see the Masters. I'm going to show you that here in a moment, but that's another fantastic property, but you cannot short-term vacation rent the masters. It's illegal. So to find a property that you can short-term vacation rent that's large, 2 and 3 bedroom, especially the 3 bedrooms, is very, very rare. For whatever reason, they didn't build many 3-bedroom condos on Maui. It's a sort of a hole in the inventory, if you will. So I've got a large family. I've got 4 boys, and we went on vacation. It's like legally you've got to rent 2 hotel rooms for the fire code. So not here. See, there's the masters right there, just to orientate you. And there's some beautiful bougainvilleas. Yes, lovely. And look at these beautiful trees, towering trees. So there's lots of shade here if you park. Shade is very important when you're on Maui. We always hunt up the shade. But we'll keep going down. And we're almost through the complex, and we're going to go down to the beach real quick. So hang in there, because I want you to see, if you were to stay here, how fast you could be at the beach. Because obviously everybody wants to be beachfront. Well, guess what? Here you get the best of both worlds. You have the ocean views, because most of these units do have really nice ocean views. And you can kind of see that through there briefly, but not really. So anyway, but then you also are very close to the ocean. A very short walk. And I'd like to show you the shortcut that goes actually through the golf course over here, but I really don't want to trespass through the bushes. But if I was staying here, I could easily head over in that direction. So I got to make sure I don't get turned around here in the wrong way here. Wow, that was a one-wheel award-winning maneuver there. Okay, bear with me here. Well, you know what? Bear with me one moment. I'm just going to go up these stairs here. I'm going to take you guys down to the beach here real quick. So there's about 2 or 3 units that trade hands here every year, so it's not like a major inventory turnover. At the shooting of this video, they're selling in the 700s or 800s. By the way, a lot of people ask me in my videos, why don't I put prices in the video? Because prices change, and I want my videos to be evergreen, and so I always put a link in the description. So if you look in the link in the description of this video, you'll see everything that's for sale here, everything that's sold recently. And I also will have links, if you're thinking about coming here, to all of the travel sites with Hawaii Travel Safe, with all of the airlines and their COVID-19 testing pages. All that information will be in the link in the description. So whenever someone says that on a YouTube video, believe it or not, I've had a lot of people reach out to me like, where are the links at, Eric? I'm like, okay, if you're watching this on a smartphone or an iPhone, in the lower right-hand corner of your screen is this little teeny looking arrow thing. I wish YouTube would make it a little more obvious, but there's like this, it's not even an arrow, it's just sort of like 2 lines that come together that point. And if you click on that, it's going to open up a whole nother area on your screen, which is the text that I put in the notes section. And so in there, you're going to see all of the links that I'm talking about. So I've done a lot of the homework for you. Like if you were on the live last night, you saw that I went and cruised the golf course here, Kaanapali. So this is, by matter of fact, the Kaanapali Kai course is just right over here to the left. You can't see it. By the way, this here is International Colony Club, another one of my favorite places to sell and to rent out. These are standalone individual vacation rentals, so it's just your own little cottage right there. And so those are currently, as they're shooting this video, they're in the 500 to 600 range and change. But those are also short-term vacation rentals. So basically you just walk from your condo and go down this little stretch right here, which is maybe a block or 2. And then you would cross the street here. And this is Pu'ukoli'i and Honopi'ilani Highway. This is the main drag through west side of Maui. Now notice the number of cars already. Normally when I would come down here, it would be like a ghost town. You can see already there's a bunch of cars coming this way. We've got activity here, people. This is the most traffic, quote unquote, I've seen in the middle of the day on Maui in a long time. I like it. So there you can see the Canapali Beach Resort sign. And over here, we've been here before, is the what we call Airport Beach Park. And the street changes names over here to Kaiala. All right, buddy, this is called a crosswalk. Huh. Yep, even on Maui. Guaranteed mainland. I'm just kidding. Okay, here we are. So we're going to talk about some resorts in this area because there are some really good ones if you want to be a little bit closer to the beach. Over here on the left, Maui Kaanapali Villas, MKV. I just did the whole beach walk through there the other day. If you haven't watched those beach walk videos, please check them out. They're very helpful. And if you like to go for walks on the beach in the morning or in the evening or for a jog. And then over here we have the Westin. Now I did go talk to the Westin in Kaanapali. This is obviously North Kaanapali that we're in. I did talk to the people at the Westin Hotel in regular Kaanapali, South Kaanapali, and they said the big date is November 12th. Woo! November 12th. How awesome is that? Is when they're going to open that resort, and of course that one has been completely refurbished and remodeled, new pool, all kinds of stuff they've done. But the Westins over here on North Kaanapali are already open. So you can book these up. But again, I'm trying to honestly promote more local business stuff, so the Westins will survive. The people that own over here at Maui Kaanapali Villas, they might not survive. So please direct your tourism dollars that way, because I guarantee you that property is just as nice as the Westin. Maybe nicer. Why? Here's the little known secret. Properties that were built a long time ago are much closer to the ocean. So the setback rules have changed over the years. And so if you stay at a property that was built a while ago, you're going to be that much closer to the ocean. I don't know about you, but that's where we want to be. The newer properties are set way back. Yeah, they might have a nicer pool, but check this out, right? Don't tell anybody. But you can hop in the pool over at the Westin. No one's going to say anything. I promise. I promise. You know, I'm kidding, right? Officially, legal disclaimer, blah, blah, blah. That was a joke. But no, I'm kind of being serious, though. I'm going to get in trouble with these videos, I can tell. Oh, well, it's just the truth, you know? It's all about the truth. You don't like the truth? Don't tune in. Okay, here we go. This is sort of my home beach park, if you will. This is Airport Beach. These people are having a rough work day today, huh? They figured it out. And look at the numbers down here already. Oh. Boop. Beautiful day at the beach. And look at the folks. We have some tourists here. I can smell the suntan oil in the air. Yes, sir. Okay, here we go. Heading down to the beach. Now look at this. Imagine this. Now, wherever you're going to stay on Maui, I want you to go pull up a satellite image of the beach located right outside your hotel. Look at that satellite image because that's important. They don't lie. But look at the amount of beach you have right here. This is a lot of sandy beach. All the way down to Black Rock down there. That's the Sheraton. Love the Sheraton, but again, not a local small business. So, sorry Sheraton, in a few years. Had you not furloughed everyone on like day 2, I probably would be promoting you, but I'm not. Sorry. Okay, and then over here we have the island of Lanai. And there we have some wonderful tourists. Ha! Hanalei, baby! And then over here we have the beautiful island of Molokai. And by the way, I have seen a number of sunset cruises going. So yes, the sunset cruises are in action. And one of these days I'm going to do a video on all the activities that are open, but I wanted to wait a little bit. Obviously these first 2 weeks things are going to be a little bit slower, and I don't want to preempt that video until we've got a lot of stuff happening. If you didn't watch my video, top things to do in Maui, I made one the other night, and you know, one of the first things you should do when you come to Maui is what these people are doing, which is like nothing. Just sit there and do nothing for like 3 or 4 days, and then we'll talk. Because that's really healthy for you. And then if it's okay with you guys, I might just take a quick shot down this direction just to kind of show you this beach walk. And I've done all kinds of beach walk videos, so if you haven't seen them, just Google up Maui beach walk and I'll take you on the full tour with previous lives I've done. But I think it's over 4 miles that you can walk from one end to the other on these beach walks, from Pono Kauai all the way down to Front Street, and guess what? You just continue down Front Street, and then I did the beach right there in Front Street. I mean, you could be on the beach like most of the time. Sometimes I see these people that are running in the streets, and I'm thinking to myself, why are you running next to the highway when you could be running on this beach over here? It's way better air, and the car's not going to run you over. How you doing? So here we go. You can see the Westin is open. Got some nice gentlemen there doing nothing as prescribed. And the thing I love about this beach walk is there's so many different access points to go out to the beach. And right here, you probably can't see it on the camera, but I can now see the Mahana coming into view down here. Another locally owned condo resort community I'd love you to Google up and make a reservation at. Ask for Ala at the front desk, A-L-A. She'll take great care of you. Ala at the Mahana. She works for Aston. She's been giving out some great deals. Shout out to her. Nice work. Thank you for your hospitality and for hooking people up. And then I'll just give you this shot right here. So this is what the beach really looks like in front of one of the 18 Westins on the west side of Maui. Still some nice numbers though, right? Like not many people. So that's one of the things I've been encouraging folks is come down to Maui now while you can enjoy some low density resorts and some low density people. That's a rare combination. Now this brings up a good point. You see this boat right here, guys? That's a small vessel, okay? That is, I'm gonna guess, a 24 foot closed bow, runabout type vessel. Huh, so how can that be out here on the middle of the Pacific Ocean where the waters are rough and it's dangerous and you can't even rent a boat? Well, it's real simple. One of the reasons why Maui is no Kaoi, means Maui is the best, is for two reasons, especially West Maui, because we have more public access to white sandy beach than anywhere else in the whole state of Hawaii. That's number one. And the west side of Maui is super unique because we call this area the playground. Between the west side of Maui and Lanai is a calm area. The reason it's calm, obviously Lanai is blocking a lot of that crazy storm surgy water from the middle of the Pacific. And then you've got the West Maui Mountains that they create what's called a wind shadow. And so as a result, you have an area that's very friendly to smaller boating craft. Are there days you can't go out? For sure. But there's many days. I mean, there's literally people that are water skiing on the Pacific Ocean in what we call the playground. So if you're a boater, West Maui, I'm telling you, you're not going to find that up on the north shore of Kauai, or Kauai or Oahu. Anywhere really. It's kind of unique to me, in my opinion, this little area that we call the playground. So anyway, thanks so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. I've actually got a couple showings I got to go do, so I had to kind of do this live a little bit earlier today, but I didn't want to miss out. And I really wanted to promote the local business here, the local condo owners. If you own one, please, in the comments, in the not the description, in the comments section of the video, please tell us about your condo. Where's it at? What do you own? Are you doing some special deals? What's your VRBO number? If you have any feedback on other places that you've stayed that you'd like to share, please do so. We'd really appreciate it. Aloha. Aloha. And love a thumbs up, a share, and a subscribe. And anywhere you want me to go, please hit me in the comment section and let me know. I appreciate you watching. Until next time, Eric West out. Hey, don't forget, Maui Food Line, please. Maui Food Line, Maui Food Line. I really appreciate it. And share it. If you can't give, please, I'd love if you could share the video. Would appreciate that so much. Aloha. Till tomorrow.